The thing about self-discipline is this. It is necessary for everything you do in your life. You have to be self-disciplined. Working out. You have to work out every day. You have to stay in shape. Because if you don't stay in shape, you die. When I work out, I always do one extra rep, one extra set, because it is a promise I kept to myself. But working out might not be a priority for every single person. You have things going on in your business, your family, all of that. So guess what? It is a priority for my life. So I do it in the morning, before my day even starts. If you change your mindset and really focus on what discipline really is, you start to welcome discipline. You welcome self-discipline into your life. And here is the biggest thing. It is a pattern. It is a pattern I keep with me. I always do a little extra. I always go an extra inch. And the quickest and easiest place to do it is the gym, because I can always grab one more weight, one more set. And look what it does. It shifts your identity. The benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I do it in the morning before my day even starts, so I can still handle the priorities for the day. But I got my workout done. Long term, I look up in a year and I am not out of shape and breathing hard when I go up the stairs, because I maintain that discipline on a daily basis. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. You need to tell you, no more snacks, no more desserts, no more TV, no more. We are working out now. You have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. The best gifts come from the bottom. I value myself enough to give 120%, or don't do it. If you decide that my life deserves my developing what I do well, why are you only giving 50%? What is wrong with you? I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you will develop a strong sense of happiness. You will get a larger vision of yourself. Because part of beginning to get a larger vision of yourself, all of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence. When other folks are having a good time, you have to have the strength of character. You need to tell you that you owe you something. As you begin to develop and expand your skills, your talents, and your vision of yourself, you will always be in control of your destiny. I want freedom. And for me, disciplining myself means more freedom. It is so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is weak. Most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it, people have a hard time understanding. I hate to run. And what makes me so crazy is it doesn't need more. People go, "Why do you run if you hate it?" What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That is life, man. And it wasn't until I changed that mentality that I became somebody. I hated going to school, so guess what? I was dumb. But if you can get through doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That is what people don't understand. By me running, I'm callousing my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2:00 in the morning call that my mom is dead or something tragic happens. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind, my body, and my spirit, so it's all one, so I can handle what life throws at me. Because the life I have lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. If you are not physically and mentally prepared for that, you will just crumble, and you are good for nobody. 99% of people are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. The center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. Something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day we're choosing stuff that is not in our own best interest. So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and hold you down, are you going to kick yourself in the balls? Are you going to stop yourself from getting what you dream? I think the word discipline has gotten a bad name. We think about it in terms of punishment. I'm not talking about discipline in that way. I'm talking about discipline in the sense that you forego immediate pleasure for the exchange of long-term self-respect.
I believe that self-discipline is the definition of self-love. When you say that you love yourself, that means you have behavior towards yourself that is loving. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you cannot win the war against your own mind. Self-love is when you say to yourself, look, I know you and that girl got a real connection. I know you vibe, but that is your girl's cousin. So I love you too much to let you do that. It is like you say to yourself, look, I know you want to eat that pizza and it will be really good, but I cannot let you eat that, man, because if you eat that pizza, you will feel like crap. I love you too much to let you eat that. Self-love is, look, I know you have a test on Monday, and I know you really want to go out with your friends. It is Saturday night, you want to go out, but if you fail that test, you will not feel good about yourself. I love you too much to let you go out tonight. Self-discipline is self-love. If you want to be happy, you have to love yourself, which means you have to discipline your behavior. The road to sustained happiness is through disciplining your behavior. We tend to base our self-esteem on what other people think. That is not really self-esteem. Self-esteem is supposed to be how we feel about ourselves. It is dangerous to allow other people to determine how you feel about you. It is like looking into a broken mirror. You look at a broken mirror and then change your face to try to look good in this defiled, busted, broken mirror. Other people's opinions are a really bad way to determine how we feel about ourselves. Life can be brutal. Life can be unforgiving. If I had to sum up in one word the difference between the greats and the average, the difference between the successful and the nobodies of the world, one word, one attribute: discipline. If you don't have discipline, you can forget about the trophy, forget about the success, the greatness. All champions have discipline. It is the discipline to work hard, not when everyone is watching, but when no one is watching. When the fans aren't there, when the coach isn't there, when it is just you and your character. The discipline to eat strong, healthy foods when you have other tempting options, when those around you might not be so strong. The discipline to say no when those around you choose to be average. The discipline to keep going when it hurts, because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you deserve. If you haven't worked for it, if you haven't sacrificed for it, if you haven't given your all, then you don't deserve it, and you won't get it. Push through the pain. On the other side is growth. When pain comes, that means it is time to show character. Show me your character. Remain disciplined. Stay strong. When it all seems hopeless, keep plugging away. Nothing can stop you if you don't stop for anything. Don't stop for anything. Never break your discipline. Remain faithful to yourself and your vision. When it gets painful, push harder. Push through the pain. You have to have the discipline to do 11 when your opponent stops at 10. The discipline to keep going when it hurts, because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you deserve. If you haven't worked for it, if you haven't sacrificed for it, if you haven't given your all, then you don't deserve it, and you won't get it. Show your character. Remain disciplined. Stay strong. Don't say, why the pain? Don't say, why me? Say, try me. Say, is that all you've got? Give me more. Keep plugging away when there seems to be no hope of victory. When you don't see the results, hang in there.
Be strong, be brave, remain disciplined, and your time will come. I was weighing 297 pounds. I had to make a change in my life. I was at an all-time low. I wasn't going anywhere. I was exactly what everybody said I was going to be, which was nothing. This man is a self-made beast, widely considered the toughest man on the planet, one of the greatest endurance athletes of all time. I was just an insecure, scared kid. The only way I could find myself was to put myself through the worst thing possible. No one was here to help me. The feeling I had every morning looking in the mirror was horrible. I didn't want to feel like that anymore. How I felt was a kid going nowhere, a kid that was scared. Most kids will accept that and look for help, but the best thing that happened to me? No one helped me. No one felt sorry for me. No one looked at me and said, "Let's stop picking on this person." Back then, they didn't care. I had to build calluses in my brain the same way I built calluses on my hands. I broke the Guinness World Record for pull-ups a long time ago, but I failed at it twice. I did 67,000 pull-ups in trying to break this record. To do 4,030 pull-ups, I had to do 67,000 for training. I saw myself as the weakest person God ever created. You had to have a goal. My goal was the only person that is going to turn this person around is me. The only way I get turned around is to put myself through the worst things possible a human being can ever endure. That would be the only way I can build this brain to handle anything that comes in front of it.
Callousing my mind through pain and suffering. The only way you are ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have to suffer to grow. To grow, you must suffer. I am afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military. Get your butt kicked. Do things you hate to do. Be uncomfortable every day of your life. Roger that. I am not the smartest kid in the world. Some people say, "No, you are smart. Don't say that." I said to myself, "No, I am dumb." Roger that. How do you get smarter? Educate yourself. The things we run from, we're running from the truth. The only way I became successful was going towards the truth. As painful and brutal as it is, it changed me. It allowed me to become in my own right who I am today. If you can for the rest of your life live inside yourself, stop listening to people who are calling you fat, gay, transsexual, everything that makes no sense. All these insecure people putting their insecurities on you. You have to flush it out. You have to just be whoever the hell God or whatever you believe in. If you believe in nothing but yourself, I don't care what it is, you have to take everything and throw it away. You have to believe in one thing, and that is yourself. Around 97% of students are distracted by cell phones. Are you a part of that 97%? When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Whether your distractions are text messages, checking emails, surfing the web, playing games, or scrolling through social media, the fact remains that it is a distraction. I am saying to you today that some of you, if you give up your cell phone, you would be successful. But your cell phone is more important to you than your success. Stop wasting time on your cell phone. Facebook isn't going anywhere. Instagram will still be here this weekend. Focus on your dreams. Focus on your studies. Focus on your goals and aspirations. Put the thing down. Look up. You are missing stuff. What is the long-term effect of too much information? We don't know, but we're finding out. Focus on becoming a better you that is not distracted by unnecessary things. You have to cut off the cell phone. No TV,
Some of you were watching the game last night. You really didn't have any business watching those boys win a national title, go to the NBA and make millions. You didn't have any business watching them because you are not where you need to be. Be determined to succeed and not scroll, determined to prosper and not post, to grow all day and not game all day. Stop wasting time on your cell phone. When you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. It is about you and your future. It is about your grades. It is about your dreams. Ultimately, it is about your life. The time you spend on your cell phone could be used for your success. The time you could be using to be successful, you are using on the cell. And the cell is not bringing you nothing but a bill. Is your life more important than that app, that game, that post? I need cell phones off. Listen to me. Some of you are going to be broke for the rest of your life because of that little thing on the side. You are going to be broke for the rest of your life because of a little cell phone. We are so plugged into our cell phones that we become blind to the world around us. Somebody told you you couldn't live without it. We can't take our eyes off the screen long enough to see the beauty of the world around us. It doesn't matter whose fault it is that something is broken, if it is your responsibility to fix it. It is not somebody's fault if their father was an abusive alcoholic, but it is for damn sure their responsibility to figure out how they're going to deal with those traumas and try to make a life out of it. It is not your fault if your partner cheated and ruined your marriage, but it is for damn sure your responsibility to take that pain, overcome it, and build a happy life for yourself. Fault and responsibility do not go together. It sucks, but they don't. When something is somebody's fault, we want them to suffer, to pay, to fix it. But that is not how it works, especially when it's your heart. Your heart, your life, your happiness is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. You can make a person smile, feel good, laugh, but whether or not a person is happy is deeply, totally, and utterly out of your control. The prerequisite for spending time with any person is that they nourish and inspire you. They feed your flame.
Look at your last 5 text messages. Are those people feeding your flame or dousing your fire? Put your phone down for just a second and look around. Look at the people around you. Are they throwing logs on your fire or pissing on it? I want my life, my work, my family to mean something. If you are not making someone else's life better, then you are wasting your time. The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams and want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. You don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I am going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that has ever been built. You don't start there. You say, I am going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. There will not be one brick on the face of the earth that is laid better than this brick that I'm going to lay in the next 10 minutes. And you do that every single day. And soon you have a wall. And soon you have a wall. The advantage that gives me over a lot of people I have competed with is that it is difficult to take the first step when you look at how big the task is. The definition of who I am is very clear to me, and it also redefines who I want to be. I know for a fact that I am stronger than I thought I was. You can't help but ask yourself, what would I do if I was in Muhammad Ali's shoes? I am motivated by fear. I hate being scared to do something. What developed in my early days was the attitude that I started attacking things that I was scared of. Why were you scared in your bed the night before? What do you need that fear for? Just don't go.
Why are you scared in your bed 16 hours before you jump? Why are you scared in the car? Why could you not enjoy breakfast? Fear of what? You are nowhere even near the airplane. Everything up to the stepping out, there is no reason to be scared. It only ruins your day. You don't have to jump. And then in that moment, where you should be terrified, is the most blissful experience of your life. God placed the best things in life on the other side of terror. And they had the nerve to count you out. That is because they didn't understand that your motivation would never let you stay down for the count. It is times like these that we separate the real from the fake. Winners like you can take a punch and bounce right back because you understand exactly what is at stake. It's money time, baby. This is for all the marbles. Put up or shut up. Survive and advance. Win or go home. That is why you spend all those hours grinding. That is why you spend all those hours pushing yourself to the limit. All those hours running. All those hours sacrificing. All those hours sweating. Because you know there will be no time for regretting, fretting, or letting yourself or your teammates down. You are bound and determined to enter the realm of greatness reserved for you and only you. So if the day ever comes that you are tired enough to quit, then I need you to act like a car with 4 flats and retire. I didn't think you heard me. I said if the day ever comes that you are tired enough to quit, then I need you to act like a car with 4 flats and retire. Next level success is reserved for those who are willing to not start counting the reps until it starts hurting. Not start counting the shots made until their arms are dead tired. Not start counting the sprints until they are already breathing hard. I heard a wise man say, "It hurts, but it works." I say, when it hurts, then and only then will you start receiving the perks. The accolades, the attaboys, the attagirls, the great jobs, the alley-oop lobs, the celebration parties with lobster and shish kebabs, the hoisting of the banners, the sizing for the rings, the smiles, the hugs, and all the love and respect in between. Some of you out there, you're in the dark. Turn the lights on when I'm talking to you. Next level success is reserved for those who are willing to not start counting the reps until it starts hurting. Not start counting the shots made until their arms are dead tired. Not start counting the sprints until they are already breathing hard. So just when they think you're about to throw in the towel, that is when I need you to recall all the days that you went that extra mile. All them days that your friends said you were foul when you said you couldn't hang out. Because you were dialed in, locked in a zone. You had to be strong because you knew that day would come when you would have to show the world that you can overcome any adversity, any obstacles, any hardships, any setback, because you were prepared for any and everything. You understood that it would be impossible to run with the cheetahs when you were walking with the turtles. Your mindset is that of a track star.
That gives you the middle strip to leap over life's hurdles, to power through speed bumps, push through roadblocks, and continue to grind past any and every obstruction that attempts to deter you from your ultimate goal of next level success. So the stresses of the world, you laugh at them. The dreams they say out of your reach, you grab them. The things they say you cannot achieve, you take a stab at them. When the bullies of life try to knock you out, you stick and move, and you jab them. On the rare occasion that you take the punch from life and it knocks you down, you dig deep, and then you dig deep, and then you dig even deeper. Because you understand that this is the moment to pick yourself up, push through with determination and grit. Because of all your resiliency, commitment, hard work, perseverance, you have now put yourself in position to show the world that you got that dog, and your inner dog has no quit. This is the moment to pick yourself up and push through with determination and grit. Because of all your resiliency, commitment, hard work, perseverance, you have put yourself in a position to show the world that you got that dog, and your inner dog has no quit. I hated jumping out of airplanes. I hated shooting guns. I hated the job as a Navy SEAL. But I did it because I wanted to change myself. Everything I do, I am not really comfortable doing. But if you choose to go that route, you might as well go be the hardest person in the world. Because if you are choosing to do something, you have two routes. You can go there and be a little weak person and barely get through. That is your reputation. Or you can go through as the hardest guy you can possibly be. That is your reputation. So my whole thing is, if you're going to choose to open that door in Iraq or Afghanistan, open it up and go in hard, because they will remember you by slowly opening it and peeking in. So if you're going to open it and you made up your mind, don't just crack it open. Open the door and go in. That is with life. If you choose to do something, attack it, because they will remember you as not attacking it. I want to be remembered. You can hate me, but one thing you cannot say about me is that I didn't attack it. That is the mentality to have. If you're going to do something, you might as well attack it, because you're doing it anyway. Who on this earth would still be going right now? You are. You are. Now stand up. Stand up right now. Look at me. Scream with me. I have discipline. I have self-love. I attack what I fear. I will not quit. I will never quit. Now, do these 3 things. Smash the like button. Subscribe to this channel. Write done in the comments, because the weak you is done. The undisciplined you is done. The victim you is done. The new you starts right now. Go, attack your day, and never stop attacking.